Hello, welcome to Greg's Channel 1. I'm Greg, this is Channel 1. Now, welcome back to the channel. I've been away for a couple of months. I've had a lot of things going on that have taken me away from the channel, so I've not really been able to do as much as I'd like. But I've got a bit more spare time, I've got a bit more of a lighter schedule with everything else that's going on, and so on and so forth. So, we're going to dive into one of my next projects, which is me reviewing a 1993 and 1995 BBC production series that I really loved. And it is The Animals of Farthing Wood. Now, for me, growing up, this, just to give you a context onto the reason why I chose this show. As a kid, it really helped me enjoy a animated show and made me really like how things looked when it came to watching stuff. I can look over, really odd stuff, but this really appealed to me as a kid, and I think it holds up to today. So let's dive in to the first of this episodic review series. There's 3 seasons to get through, so we'll get through them together. And let's dive into Season 1, Episode 1, The Wood in Danger. Now, to dive right in, the opening theme sequence is phenomenal. I absolutely love the way that the music hits in. And it's one of those themes where, it sounds kind of nice, but it's got a little bit of a intensity about it where, it makes you sound like, oh, we got to keep going. And it's done very well in the way that it introduces all the main characters, at least to begin with. So you see Fox, Badger, Toad, Weasel, Kestrel, Owl, Adder, the Pheasants. We'll get onto them in later episodes. And it ends where you get this image where the animals come out to the top, and then the rosary ring kind of thing surrounds them, and then it goes into the episode. And I love it. It's one of my favourite opening title sequences for almost any kids animated show that I've ever watched. So let's dive right in. Animation style, I love the watercolour effect. Really, it's something that I love throughout the entire show, all 3 series. I love the watercolour effect that the BBC went for with this, because it looks beautiful. And you can tell how much effort went into it, which I love. So we're introduced to the main threat of the story, or at least the main threat for why the main characters are going to do what they do at the end. And we're introduced to man destroying the forest, destroying the wood, destroying everything it can. Because us humans, it's what we do. We like destroying stuff, it seems. And, it's, they're chopping trees down, they're digging holes. And we are introduced to Toad, who is going to be an important character for the series. And we see him, he's like, right, I can nearly make it home. I can see my pond. I know where my pond is. And, you see the digger take up all this dirt with Toad in. And Toad's there like, oh, this is not good. And then you see, it fill in the pond. And then the great symbolism and use of music in this scene is because the way that the music builds up the tension for Toad trying to get to the pond, thinking it's going to be a safe haven, and the digger catching up with him and then scooping him up, and then the tombstone reiterates the point that man is destroying this wood, because it fills in the pond, and then you see a bit of the rubble fall and land in almost the shape of a tombstone. And it's almost like it's a Toad is dead, Farthing Wood is dead, if you don't leave now, you're done. And it's almost like an environmental message, which I think is really, really nice considering it's in the early 90s. And it makes you feel that hope is already lost before the story even begins. That's kind of how it tries to impact you and make you go, oh, things aren't looking good. Yeah, they have to do something drastic. So, you're introduced to the cast. And something I will say is a big difference from the books, because I've read the collection by Colin Dan. That because it was an initial book set of books before the TV series came out, and Colin Dan was brilliant. He wrote it quite well, but pretty much all the main cast are male, but you got a couple of female characters introduced. So you got Owl, Weasel, one of my favourite characters. Period. I love Weasel. Kestrel, Adder. You're not introduced to Adder until later, but Adder's another one that's I think the term is gender bended. Is it gender bends? Or they anyway, they reverse the gender. So Adder is male in the book, female in the show. And I'm all for that because they add so much character to it, and there's a bit of diversity, which, two birds, one stone, thank you very much. I'm not talking about Kestrel and Owl, but that's another story. Fox is shown to be a leader right off the off. The way the characters kind of look at him and the way that he is like, well, Badger, this is not good. This is bad. He's already letting them know we need to move. We need to make a change. And he's starting with the man in the mirror in the stream. Wait, never mind. That got away from me. But he knows that, they need to leave. This is drastic. And Weasel highlights why I think she's great as a character. Put simply, it's we need to get an assembly together. We need to get everyone together and we need to come up with a solution. And Badger's like, we haven't had an assembly in ages. That only happens in an emergency. And Weasel comes up with the best line of the entire episode. If you don't call that an emergency, what would you call it? Alice? And it's like, yes. I love you, Weasel. Because that just made me chuckle. And it's just the way that Sally Grace, the actress who voiced her, delivers her lines. Delivers it with just so much enjoyment, and it's almost like you can tell she's enjoying herself, going, yeah, I like this. This is fun. It's like, I can tell you're enjoying it. Fox shows his leadership without doing very much. He's just like, so, everyone, Badger. You do all the hard work. You recruit everyone. And Badger's like, yeah, I can do this. Recruiting him as his, right-hand man as such, his right-hand Badger. He's like, right, Badger, you are my second in command. Rally everyone up. I'll see you later. And Badger does what he does. He sends everyone, he sends Weasel, the Owl, he's like, right, go tell this person, go get them, go get those, go get everyone. We'll get together, my set, we'll talk about the situation, and we'll come up with a solution. Which they do. They all get together, they all meet, and you get nice little snippets from other characters as well. You get the fact that the rabbits are always worrying about everything. By the fact that their catchphrase is, don't panic! Which can be very annoying, because that's all they do. And you'll hear me talk about that in later episodes, but we're jumping ahead. Owl has such an inflated opinion of herself. Owl feels that Owl is better than everyone else. And you get that right off the off, and Owl keeps hammering it home with the way that Owl talks and treats other characters. Who else? Mr. Pheasant's an absolute sexist, misogynistic arse. Simple as that. And it's mainly because of the way that he talks about, his missus when they show up at Badger set. It's, oh, I hope we're not late. You know how the females are. They take forever. Blaming her. Even though, if you look at it, he's the pretty boy. She's very plain Jane. Doesn't need to do much to get ready. And, you kind of, that becomes a bit stronger for Pheasant's character. Ada's sarcasm. Ada is the queen of sarcasm. You got Weasel, who's goofy and fun, but then you got Ada, who's just sarcastic as hell, and it's brilliant. I love it. You get the great fake out where Toad crawls out from the grave, and it's, I'm not gone. You're like, yeah, I like it. Good Toad. Toad goes on, does his thing, shows up. And Owl is cold. Toad shows up. He's like, "What's happening?" Well, we've called an assembly, and they're everyone else is kind of beating around the bush, kind of trying to explain the pond's been filled in. And they're like, "It's about your pond, mate." And Owl pops in. It's been filled in, and it's almost with a glee. And Toad's like, "What the hell? Now you tell me, that's harsh." And it moves on with that. Something that Fox says a lot, which I enjoy, is old son. Got to find a way to fit that into sentence. I've got to find a way of, fitting that into work and talking to people. I'll work on that. The arc is set up for the first series, which is getting to White Deer Park. Episode pretty much ends just after Badger goes, "We need a leader." "Well volunteered, Fox." And Fox goes, okay. And he takes it on the chin and decides he's going to lead. And they, say the oath. Toad comes out with a great line. Badger says, "Rise your right paw," so on and so forth. And say, "I, name of animal." And Toad is probably me, and it's just, "I, name of animal." No, you say Toad. I Toad. It's like, yeah, I'm probably Toad, which is good and bad, and you'll find out why the more we watch, the more I watch and the more I review. Anyway, very, very strong start, and this video is going quite long because just that happy about it. Anyway, tell me what you think if you've seen it. Drop your comments in the section below. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Press the subscribe, do the stuff. Anyway, if you're still a subscriber and I haven't lost all my subscribers in the entire time that I've been away, yay! And I'll see you in the next video, whenever that will be. See ya.